Alright, hey everyone, welcome to another Wildewitch RP Live Play TTRPG session. What is Wildewitch RP? Well, that's me, Faye, Game Master and Storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer.
And Max.
And Max, my assistant DM. Uh, we're a couple and a cat who love sharing stories so much so that we quit our day jobs and created our own company. That way we could create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and share them with you. And tonight, time zone, we're playing D&D. This session features the Burning Veil storyline. It's set in our very own Velinara campaign setting. It is a deeply personal tale of trust, betrayal, magic, and magnificent ambition, where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you would like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord to find out more information. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it's time for introductions. Well, like I said, I'm Faye, Game Master and Storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing all of our background music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. Now, let us meet our courageous and daring heroes. And hopefully, they'll be able to sort out these, situations with the Morgenstad before they are potentially forced to leave Lundor. And we'll begin with an introduction for Bracken.
Hey everyone, it's me. It's Bracken. Not eating a nice piece of chicken. Bracken is a fighter monk kender who's really good at punching things and kicking things and making sure things get bruised up when they're not good to him and his team. And if he needs to talk, then he's not so good. And that's just how it is.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. Next up for our introduction, let's learn about Avi.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I'm playing Avi. She is a half-elf bard sorcerer. She cares deeply about her friends. She is constantly, quietly singing, and she's just a little spooky.
You love a little spooky.
The teeniest bit.
Next up for our introductions, let's learn about Cecil.
Hello, my name is Brent, and I play Cecil Darkholm. He's a forest gnome cavalier. He has experienced some rough things in Vale de Umbra lately, but he's starting to be more and more convinced between those and a recent conversation that he needs to end the bad habit of writing letters and not sending them.
We will see where that leads when that habit may or may not be broken. And then last but not least, let's learn of Z.
Hello everybody, my name is Bo and I play Z. They are a changeling artificer, the necromancy-based bone cobbler class. And they're having a lot of feelings at the moment, especially after last week, so we'll see where this all goes.
We love feelings. Now, with our introductions covered, we do have a story to get to, but before we do that, there's been some changes to our characters here.
Uh-oh.
And we should...
I just want to say, before this happens, I'm sorry for whatever we said before, and I hope we're all cool.
I remember what you said before, and I will keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
But, I do want to hear what the changes to your veil burns have presented as. So, a description, a visual image, if you would please. Are there any volunteers who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Cecil's mark now appears as dark green vines that originate just under his left palm, and they wind up his arm towards his elbow with tiny white buds at the base of sharp, barbed thorns. And he can tell that when he uses the veil powers, the buds will bloom with a dark red berry at the center, and with what looks like starry spots speckled across white and blue petals.
That's going to... Ooh. I love the visuals, and with my information that you'll find out when you need to. That's going to be a very lovely visual.
I don't want to go. I feel bad.
No, go for it.
Okay, fine.
Really
Uh,
twisting my arm here.
I don't think I really even got to explain what her veil burns looked like before. Where it was like a 7-point starburst on her right wrist, just under the base of her thumb. And out of each point, kind of wrapped around her arm and her hand, kind of wispy, like smoke. And over time it got darker. But now it's faded, very light gray, almost scar-like. But definitely still there.
I can't wait for visuals that will become apparent with that one too. Alright, Bracken, Z, who wishes to go next?
I'll hit it.
Go for it.
Bracken usually keeps his hands wrapped, like up to kind of the middle of his forearm. So it would be news to him as well eventually. But his hands look like kind of like burn scar tissue, like it's very red and worked in. But he's got this motif of like snakes like coiling up his arm on both sides, along with the kind of burn scar.
Hell yeah, I love it. And then Z.
Z's original veil burns, because they are changeling, they are very, very pale in their own appearance. And the veil burn manifested as very prominent black veins going through them. They also had a black streak in their hair, so on and so forth. But after what happened, the tattoo that they have on their arm, you can kind of see, that actually kind of began to somewhat glow a little bit with their veil burn energy. They still have like the prominent black veins and the black streak in their hair. But that tattoo on their arm is a lot more like symbolic of what their veil burn is now. But yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, now that we have those visuals here, you have diplomatic problems. And to fix them, you are aware that you will need to seek out Thymnic tendrils. Or, should that not work, spend the time of finding another connection to the Morgestat. But do you really want to invest all that time when you know of a figure that could help? You've completed breakfast, and if you've not already clicked your long rest button from last week, you should do so now.
Thank you.
How do you wish to begin your search? You could speak, of course, to Raladin Zephril here in the Ravenmere Manor. He is a acquaintance, at the very least, to Thimnic. Or perhaps you can head out to his office.
Well, I'm willing to handle this however we want to do it as a group. If we want to go just to his office, maybe send word ahead of us that we're coming.
I believe we should check the office, so I guess I'm agreeing.
Are we concerned about any of the Gloomguard catching us on our way?
But,
I mean, if we send word ahead, it should be fine.
either way, we get down to the bottom of what the problem is. Whether we get to Thimnic or the Gloomguard gets to us first. At some point, we get to the bottom of the issue.
That's fair.
Roll for me an insight check. So, Avi, Cecil, Z.
Whoop. And then it would help if right there. Up it. Ooh.
And Bracken.
Hooray.
It might be a little bit harder to handle the situation if you are found by the Gloom Guards, because more than likely, unless you have a considerable sum for whoever notices you, you may end up being put into a holding cell, which would make things a lot more difficult. So perhaps it is best to avoid the Gloom Guards.
Yeah, that's fair. Making a
And
run from
sneaking in would not be great either.
Well, laying low on our way to his office would be smart. We could also talk to Zephril. See what he thinks. He knows Thimnic.
True.
Sure. He might have something helpful to add.
Then I guess we should talk to Zephril.
Alright. I'll go see if I can find him.
An investigation check.
Not good at those.
Well, you're looking for somebody.
15.
It's easy enough to find Zephril. He's in one of the studies here in the Ravenmere Manor.
Morning, Zephril.
Oh, is it morning? Well, it's a pleasure to see you.
Would you mind coming to talk to us for a bit?
I mean, I was in the middle of some...
We're kind of in a little bit of a pinch. We need your help.
Very well. What is Avi's passive perception?
16.
You can hear him a little grumbling under his breath following after you. Not
Hey.
like...
Do you want to
It's...
remain comfortable in Gloom Noir, or do you want to?
I'm just seeing on the situation of why it must be. Why couldn't you all just come together as a group to me?
Well, I told them that I was coming to find you. It's up to them whether they followed me or not.
It's more of the situation that we find ourselves. It's nothing but just a...
This is not the biggest house, you know. It's gonna take like 10 minutes, and then you could go back to your book.
It's more than just a book.
My goodness.
Kind of puts his nose up a little bit.
Do I need to remind you that we saved you
I
on more
was...
than one occasion?
I was
On your-
perfectly fine.
One of your multiple times where you faked your own death?
It was all under control.
Was it all under control?
I assure
I
you.
feel like we had to break you out of a pretty serious situation there.
It'd be somewhere during this conversation that the two of them reappear. So all of you are privy.
Oh, hey, what's up, Zephyrhill?
Somebody else talk to him. I've had it.
Oh my god.
Well, it seems that there has been some sort of situation that requires my insights.
Yeah, the guards are looking for us.
Can you help us?
We gotta find Thimnick. Anything you can.
He didn't even do nothing.
Paladin looks at Bracken for a moment.
You Bracken and kind of like averts his gaze and kicks some dirt.
Of course. Well,
Oh.
I could, of course, put you into...
What you laughing at, Kels?
Nothing.
What you laughing at, Kels?
Can I listen to Faye, please?
Paladin, well, I could put you into contact with the figure that I made my acquaintance, the one who I was able to reach Thimnick through while we were setting things up during your excursions in the Fey realms. He pulls out a small journal, and you can see like all sorts of different writings that he flips through. Yes. Erevane Darkquill is one of the administrative assistants, a very well-settled legal clerk, and he's currently employed through the Morgenstadt's office in the northeastern Hard Cordon. However, and again, he's like looking almost only at Bracken. If you are having issues with the Gloomguard, perhaps I would suggest... No, that might actually put you in more trouble. Erevane might be the first figure you should speak to.
Edwin got it.
Perhaps a more formal approach in certain company.
What, you want me to put on like a collared shirt or something?
Maybe just a bit more respectful of naming. You would be an acquaintance of an acquaintance. First names may not be. I'm sure that you'll manage it very well.
You got nothing to worry about for me, boss.
I'm not worried at all.
I'd say the contrary. Anyway, shall we go talk to this Erevane?
Yeah, we could.
That's our best option here.
So, how do you wish to travel to the Heart Quarter, which is more or less the center of the city?
Think you get vigilant.
I will ask for stealth rolls.
Stealth.
Oh bad. Oh bad.
Oh boy.
Real good.
Real good. That's gonna pass everything. Bo, how could you? Z, how could you?
I would click the
Listen,
button.
stealth is something I'm not proficient in.
Maybe if you took some precautions, disguises, you may have had some bonuses.
You're a changeling.
Yeah, and
Bracken put on some Groucho Marx glasses.
see, listen, Avi, I'm not in touch with my changeling stuff. I haven't done it in a really long time. In fact, I don't even know if it would work that well.
Ain't it like breathing for you? Just think about it. Look at a person. See that person right there?
Zio look over.
If- No, don't do that. You're gonna get us in
Yeah.
trouble. That's
Just
identity
about-
theft.
Think about looking like them. Just do it.
You're gonna get us in trouble.
If you pay them, is it identity renting?
Identity leasing.
What is it?
Okay.
Would that make
fine.
them the identity lord?
Just
Oh
think.
my-
Just think about their face and put it on your face.
Okay. Okay, see. Now, you see Z kind of like. Okay, if I think really hard, maybe it'll happen. Okay. I'm thinking really hard. Is anything changing?
Is anything changing?
Why don't you roll me a D100?
Oh, okay. 41.
A farty one.
A 40.
There's a joke.
This is gonna be poof all over again.
I'm not gonna share it, but just know that it went through my mind.
How many beans do you need to make a good soup?
Oh my god!
You can only use 239 beans in a soup, or else it's gonna be too farty.
Boom!
I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I'm gonna cry.
So am I.
Let's get it. Hey friends, remember, if you like this kind of material and stuff, come join us on the Discord. We do this all the time.
Okay. So, as you are watching, you would notice that there are portions of Z that do shift and change.
Thank you,
It's
Radiant.
not a full copy, and especially because you see that streak of black that refuses to shift. The veil burn still through. But Z does look slightly different.
See? Look at that.
No, hey, you did it.
You kind of did it.
See, the issue is every time I've done this, it's never really worked fully.
Honey,
That's the
it's
thing.
fun. It's fun. You're trying, and we're gonna keep working on it, and you're gonna get it.
Is it close to the other face?
Yeah, that looks fun. You look kind of different. It's great. You've done
Okay.
wonderfully.
I'm not. I'm just for
did-
story. Is it close to the other face?
So, from what you can see, it does draw inspiration from the other face. You can see the two, but it's more of a blending of what how they normally look, and this other figure.
Got it.
It's not a full copy. It's not like,
Bracken's kind of looking between the two, and he's got a puzzled look on his face, but he's not saying anything.
As I said, here's the thing. I knew that I was a changeling, but I've never really used it. I guess I'm still learning about myself.
See, it's fine. We can keep working on this. Okay? And before you know it, it's gonna be like waking up. You're just gonna be able to do it. I'll be your mirror if you want.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Would you would be fine with me practicing using your appearance?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, unless you're sure. Thanks, I guess.
We can do that, and we get Cecil with his bongos, so you can work on that. I'll work on the bongos. We'll get Bracken on writing. We're all just gonna have a learning powwow. All together.
Who said I can't write?
Nobody, honey. You're doing great.
I mean, you're not wrong. I just was wondering who said it.
I've seen the way you hold a pen.
It's
I think we all have.
In a
Yeah.
burrito.
the harder you grip it, the better the ink comes out.
Why'd you bring up the food?
Why?
It's fresh in my mind. Sorry.
Yeah, now mine too.
What? What's wrong with that?
Nothing, sweetie. You're doing great.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
it's about this point that, you would hear the sound of Armored walking and just a little too close to you all as a group of Gloom Guards, move by, and one of them will do a bit of a double take.
Bracken will kind of just look the other way.
Well, I've never seen that building right there.
that's
That must
cool.
be new.
Them bricks is good.
Probably good for throwing.
The Gloom
No.
Guard pass. At least for now, without any further interactions for your group. You make your way through the city. I want either a survival or a history check for your navigations.
Oh boy.
Izzy, what's going on through your mind right now?
I think they're still thinking about how they've always been a changeling, but they honestly have never felt like they've needed to use their abilities of changing themselves because they've always been focused on their creations and not sort of what they could do as a person. So I think all that's going through their mind is like, why? I've missed so many opportunities to get ahead in life and here I am focusing on something else while we are trying to figure out what's up, and I think they are more beating themselves up over the fact. Because if they were in a family, they probably would have been able to learn more about themselves.
Can you roll for me a charisma saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Through your turmoil, you are able to maintain this shifted self. You do not end up losing it and reverting to your own natural state.
Okay.
Cecil, what's going through your mind with an 11?
Not a whole lot. Just trying to find something that looks familiar. Trying to keep an eye out for Gloomguard or anyone that looks like they might tell the Gloomguard where we are. I don't really know how, are there wanted posters of us? Has it gotten that far? They have spies. I don't know. This is a shifty place.
It is a shifty place. However, with Bracken and Avi, you're able to safely traverse the area, and with your own stealths and creativities, you've only narrowly, but successfully, avoided the Gloomguard. By the time that you are reaching the offices, now comes the most, perhaps, difficult part. Getting to Eravane, who is his office existing inside that of the Morgestat, where you are perhaps known. What do you do here?
Is there any layout in particular that says this is the way to the office?
Well, you have the office building ahead of you. It is the Morgestat office complex. So there's probably a lot of people in here. There, you only need one. But you also are probably known to most, if not everyone here.
Yeah, but like, there's a problem that we're trying to fix. Surely going up to the front, there's like a receptionist. Surely there has to be.
If we just walk like we belong here,
Yeah.
no one's gonna stop us.
Nothing can go wrong. We just need to explain the
Oh, Maxwell.
situation, and we're gonna get this taken care of.
Oh, kisses for Maxie.
Yeah, Max loves the kisses.
Is there a roof we could try and enter from that might have fewer
A
eyes?
what?
Yes, there is
Oh,
a roof.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going. I'm not sure going on the roof is the best option here.
Bracken just fly right up there. Wait.
Bracken is already shoots a dirty look at Cecil as he's already looking through his bag to fashion up a grappling hook to climb the side of this building. Get it, Max. Get it. Destroy them. Yeah, get him, Max.
Cecil just pulls out a grappling hook.
No.
Oh, mister, I'm ready for everything. All right.
You just want to try the front door, Avi.
Yeah.
I put the
We're
grappling
already in trouble. We don't need to cause any more trouble.
What if they just arrest us on sight?
We're trying to fix the problem?
Yes.
Who does that?
People with warrants for arrests.
Boom. Critique.
But we don't know how bad it is.
Exactly.
But what if
And
they do?
also, wouldn't escaping a prison just make our lives a lot more difficult than it already is? Because you have
Prison?
someone here who's not really able to be as helpful as they normally would be. If they
Cecil
were.
looks at Bracken.
Bracken looks
Wrong
at
with him?
Cecil.
Do we know which window is his? We could throw pebbles at it.
No.
Yeah, hold a boombox over our head, why don't we?
What's a boombox?
Exactly. Bless you,
Front,
sandwich.
front door.
Yeah.
Front door. Should we all risk capture?
If y'all
I'm
want to
gonna
wait,
ask for an investigation check to see if maybe there's like a not a fire escape, but like a way up to the roof.
Oh, I can help with that.
if y'all want to do the roof thing, that's fine. I'm gonna go through the front door.
Let's see where the front door gets us, and then we can go from there.
All right. You want to hang out here, or are you coming in?
I'll join you.
Okay.
I'll go too.
There's
Look,
no
if
sense in
they
splitting the
snub their nose at
party.
us, then the roof is fair game. All right.
Can I use minor illusion to change my face?
Yes.
I'll make sure all my skin is covered, and I'll change my face to Cadro.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm going through my inventory. What is it? When did we get a bitch and sweet candle?
That was
That's the Tithway candle.
that's the Tithway candle.
Oh hell yeah!
The one that's the Tithway and the Ute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I forgot about that. There we go. Yeah, no,
That
it
candle
looks like
store without it.
yeah.
It was far too expensive.
Well, I have it.
making you use your own money.
Yeah, I have it.
Bracken doesn't let anyone else have it.
Yeah, it's
He doesn't even light it. It's just in his bag.
yeah. It's one of those decorative candles that you're not supposed to light.
But you don't like have it up for display or anything. It's just in your
We
bag.
move so much. Whenever I set up my hammock, if I ever get a little like side table or nightstand, I put it on it.
So, opening the door.
Yeah.
Back to the matters at hand.
Go ahead and roll for me a very quick perception check.
Oh my god, are you
Let's
kidding
go.
Cool, great. Avi, you would notice that there are gloom guards that are.
Wonderful. Okay. Is there a receptionist?
Sorry, my
I
cat pulled my headphones out, so I couldn't hear anything. So,
Let's go,
Front
Max.
desk.
Tear it down.
no, you would notice that there are gloom guards that are moving about here.
Mhm.
No one quite has. Max, you literally just were told no. You you do see that there is a front desk.
Mhm.
And what do you do?
I go to the front desk.
Okay. Do you say anything when you go to the front desk? The figure is not currently looking up.
Excuse me.
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah.
Don't have an appointment. We were hoping to speak with Erving Darkwill.
Well, you will need an appointment to speak with Mr. Dark Quill.
The matter is quite urgent. Is there any way we can speak to him today?
It's at this point that the figure will finally look up. Avi, what's your passive insight?
20.
There is a recognition in her eyes.
Mm.
Do you do anything with that knowledge?
I know you know me. So you know how important it is that I speak to Erving Darkwill.
How important is it to you?
Goodness. Has 50 gold.
Well, I can certainly overlook your blatant presence and see if we can squeeze you in today.
I would very much appreciate it.
Is there an area that we can call upon you?
How far is Ravenmere from here?
Let me double check. I don't think it's that far, because Ravenmere is within Gloomnor itself.
Right.
But let me double check. Ooh. So, you are at the edges of the Heart Cordon, so you're still in the same district. It's
But
just
it's not hard to get back here if we were to go back.
the only difficulty would be avoiding the Gloom Guard.
Sure. I'll look to Cecil. Would it be worth going back to the house and waiting?
Cecil's super nervous because he's in the form of a goblin. And he's deciding on whether he can only speak goblin or not.
You can just nod. Or shake your head.
I need to make an intelligence check.
My goodness.
Ooh. Alright. He will nod yes.
I'll turn back to her. We're staying at Ravamere Manor. You can reach us there.
And she'll make a note.
And I'll leave a patch of 50 gold on the counter.
Okay. And you are able to make your way back onto the streets. What do? Do you head straight back to the Ravenmere Manor, or do something else here?
A couple of things dawned on me. I'm afraid that this one's just going to take the gold you gave her and send the Gloom Guard after us. Also, I've recalled that you have the ability to use the sending spell.
I do.
I'm not sure I trust that one. Is it possible? Wait, have we met this? We've met this guy.
No.
I thought he escorted us here.
Thimnick you've met.
Crap. Okay,
We can
well,
message him.
You do have a general knowledge of Ervain. You might be able to get Raladin to give a description of his visual if you want to try the sending. Or you could just wait for a calling.
My goodness.
I'm just nervous because we don't know the degree of trouble we may be in, and we may be calling the Gloom Guard right down on top of us.
I understand that.
Hold on.
I'm just trying to go
What
about
if-
this in the least... the way that's going to get us into the least amount of trouble.
I certainly agree. I think that's the right approach. I just don't know how things work here.
I will say,
Idea.
I will say just quickly before Z continues that you all know that Gloom Noir, while it has bureaucracies, a lot of those are shadowed bureaucracies. It is a very corrupt city. But go ahead, Z.
Could I possibly stay behind? I have message. And depending on how far the manor is from here, I can message all of you as to
The
whatever's
manor,
happening on the inside.
the manor
This
is,
is 200 feet.
yeah, it's way farther than 120 feet.
Gotcha. Hold on.
Holding.
Of course I don't have sending. Okay. I was gonna say if I had sending, I could probably have done that, but okay.
You know who probably does have sending? Not Triana.
Okay. So maybe
She's back
she
at
and I both.
Robinmere, but
She and I both could come back here and watch just to make sure that if they do have plans or they come after us, Natriana could cast sending. Let us all know. I would be there with her. But it would give you a little bit of time before they get to the manor.
Avi, are you also worried about the trustworthiness of this individual?
I don't think anybody here can be trusted in the way that we're used to trusting people.
Well, what if we try and conceal ourselves near the manor and wait and see what happens, maybe 30 minutes, and if they send one person to call, then probably okay. If they send 40, might be a different situation.
That's fair.
I
I
think
don't-
we should go with that, maybe.
I don't think they're after our companions, otherwise they would have arrested them already when they searched the manor. Seems to just be us.
Alright.
can I get another stealth roll? I'll say Cecil and Z have advantage for reasons. Where's Bracken's roll? Did Bracken go AFK?
No,
Okay.
I got you. I got you. Sorry, I missed the.
Just not
Oh, for
listening to me.
I missed the call for stealth. There we go. I'm sneaky.
Alright. You all make it back to Robinmere Manor. It's about the, it's like a direct opposite. You're at the edges of the, southwestern, or not the southwestern, southeastern, if I'm remembering correctly. You're south, and the offices are in the northeast. So it's just almost a straight line down. Max, buddy. No. Do you keep to staying outside? If so, you do have, of course, the gardens that you can take your time to wait in.
Is the estate walled?
Yes. Not like
Uh,
a terribly high wall, but a very decorative wall and then a gated around it.
Out of precaution, I'm not sure we want to box ourselves in like that. And if they do come in force for us and they question our companions, they don't know anyway.
Okay. So we hide outside the walls.
Yeah. Just so we can see the entrance.
All right. And what if it is just one person that comes, and none of us are in there to be called upon?
Oh, we'll just run up and be like, oh, hey, sorry, we were out there. You didn't see us.
Wanted to enjoy some time in the gardens.
You stepped away to get mummy's wraps.
Yeah. It's one of our favorites.
They'll have accomplished what they came for. I don't think they'll think too much of it.
Well, then, I guess set up and I guess wait.
I will say, even though in Velda Umbra there is no morning, no true morning at least, as there's no sun, no day cycle, it is, by the societal conventions, about mid to late morning by the time you have returned from your the earliest, or not the earliest, the latest it would be is about midday. How long are you willing to wait for this messenger?
I'll wait outside the grounds for an hour, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, we can,
And then I'll give up and go inside.
Cecil's
Just-
waiting no less than an hour. Just doing some counting in his head of how long it would take to get enough guards rounded up and organized and over here.
Mm,
Kraken doesn't trust it either. He's still hanging out.
I'll wait as long as I need to.
Okay. Well then. With those times, I'll keep that in mind as you begin to wait. And as you are waiting for this messenger, we're going to take our first ad break.
Oh.
So, stick around. We will be back to continue our story. But before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They're important to us here at Wildewitch RP. They help keep our games affordable. If you want to directly support us, you can do so through my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen, and as well in our stream chat. These donations not just support us at Wildewitch RP, they unlock awesome perks for the entire community. Perks that benefit everyone who play with us for the next month. They include special companions, double treasure, double XP, and new quests. So, hang around. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back, and we return as you all are waiting. I believe Cecil and Avi were calling it quits outside in that 30 to an hour mark.
Mhm.
Cecil was waiting at least an hour.
At
to see if
least an
anything
hour.
happened.
Okay, cool. So Avi's the first one that will head into the Rothenmere Manor. And then an hour goes by. Cecil, nothing has happened so far. He's continued to wait outside with Z and Bracken.
Have there been regular guard patrols?
Yeah, there's the normal patrol.
Change.
There's the normal patrol of the guard, which you're able to kind of quickly look away so no one looks and sees you. But no one's come and
Okay.
knocked on the doors yet.
I'll go inside and check on things and make sure everything's okay.
I'll hang out.
So Z and Bracken stay on the outside. Inside, Max, I keep telling you no, buddy. Alright. Well, Max jumps on me once again, I'm sure, in like 3 minutes. Avi, Cecil, inside is as you may have expected it. People are going about their own business. The house staff doing their duties. Your companions just doing as they do. Nothing seems out of place. No one seems particularly shady. It's about 30 minutes after Cecil had gone in. So now an hour and 30 since you've returned to the Rothenmere Manor. That Z, Bracken, you would see a figure approaching the Rothenmere Manor. Looks to be some sort of post carrier, as they do have a parcel in hand. Do you do anything?
I'll just wait and watch.
Okay. The figure approaches the Rothenmere gates, opens them, walks to the front door, and Cecil, Avi, you hear the thudding knock from the large metal rings upon the front doors.
This is when we jump him, right, Zeke?
No, wait. I want to use my ring of message.
Cool.
It's to everybody.
Everyone wearing the ring? Yup.
Front door. Carrier. And that's all I'll say.
Avi has just been kind of pacing in a room close to the front door, unable to sit still, so she'll immediately go and answer the door.
You see a very chipper looking ghoul, and in the arms of this ghoul is, again, a parcel. It's wrapped in just normal brown paper. You can see that there is a note on it. From the office of a Master Doc Quill, and he'll present it.
Thank you, and I'll take it.
As you take it, he stands there expectantly.
I'll give him 10 silver.
Thank you very much. Have a great. And he looks around, see if there's a clock. Have a great rest of your existence. And he'll just move on.
Great. I'll kind of give a look out towards the front to see if I probably can't see them, but I'll shut the door and holler for Cecil.
Well, go ahead. Why don't why don't we do it this way? Can I get a stealth roll from Z and Bracken, and then Avi, can I get a perception roll?
Sure. Well, I probably don't see him.
You see
You
Z.
see
I'll kind of give Z kind of like a nod before shutting the door and giving a holler for Cecil.
You
I'll come
definitely
running.
see like two piercing, like glowing white eyes through the bushes.
Some daggers being drawn.
They really need to work on them eyes. I'll tell you that. Unsettling.
Oh. So yeah, so Z, you saw, of course, Avi head inside, having to take in the parcel. Do you do anything?
If she gives me a nod to come in, I will like
That's-
pop out of the bushes.
You tell Bracken to follow as well?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Everything's all clear.
I'm just imagining Bracken's like, how can we jump them if they're already gone?
Yeah, if we gotta bust in the front door to get on them, what is this?
No, we're not fighting anyone, Bracken. We just
Yeah, I know we're not. It's one of them against four. That's not a fight.
Uh, it is easy enough for you guys to make it in. And you all kind of come together. Avi, you have this parcel.
And there's a note on it.
No, he just, well, it is a note, but it just says, the office of,
Okay,
E. Dark Quill.
got it. I mean, if we're all together, I'll just start opening it then.
Inside are some fairly, ordinary looking, but effective cloaks with hoods.
Uh-huh.
There is enough for 4,
Uh-huh.
with approximate sizing for each of you. And another piece of paper that just gives a time.
All right then. Just a time, not a place. I assume his office.
I mean, if there's no other place, then perhaps the office is the safe bet.
Sure.
rather strange. But make our life a little bit easier.
I don't know how I feel about it. We gotta talk to him. No matter what.
And they know where we are, so I guess the alternative is waiting for them to come to us, which probably doesn't look as good.
They're gonna come looking for us.
Yep.
Either way.
It would be safe to assume that we just have a permanent target on our backs.
Until we get this handled.
Yes. Hopefully, once we do, then maybe that target will be removed. And we can go on with the rest of our lives, or whatever the future may hold.
What kind of a timeline are we looking at? Are we looking at it like a few hours or?
It seems that the time is coming up within the hour. So
Oh, all right.
Oh, time to get moving.
We'll pass out robes then.
You see when Z gets the robe, you see they're a little hesitant about putting it on.
You okay, Z?
Uh, yeah, yeah, I'll be fine. You see they very slowly take the cloak that they wear all the time off, and they put the other one on. Uh, let me go set this one in my room real fast. I'll be right back.
You want? I might have like a bag that you can put it in. You can take it with you.
Oh, right.
I have the bag of
Yes,
holding. If that'll
of
make you feel
course.
better.
Yes, I would much rather have this cloak with me.
Okay.
Here. And you see that when you try and pull it away from them, they have like a grip on it. It's like tearing a child away from their blankie.
I'm gonna place my hand very gently on Z's. I'm gonna keep it safe. I promise.
Their hands begin to shake and they slowly release. Okay. Please no, I do trust you. I just... You know what? It's a long story. Never mind. I gotta get my mind into the game anyway. Doesn't matter.
We'll talk about it later. And I'm gonna make a point to make sure Z sees me folding it very nicely and putting it very gently in the bag of holding.
Thank you.
Of course.
You are, with cloaks, able to draw the hoods up, which doesn't pull too much attention towards you all as you travel through the area, so you don't have to worry about making the constant stealth checks to avoid the gloom guard. You're more than welcome to do so if you would like, but it is not necessary. You arrive again at the office complex, and as you entering, the same figure is on duty at the receptionist desk, and we'll just point you in a direction. You can see that there is a sort of directory on the wall with different names, and Dark Quill is on there as one of the names, with arrows pointing to his office. You get to his door. It is closed, but you see his name, E. Dark Quill.
I'll not.
You hear the voice called to enter, and you see Ervin, a shaded soul elf. There is still a bit of grace around him, but his once golden hair is now a muted ash blonde. His eyes are duller in this state of undeath, and he keeps to a very sort of elegant type of dress. He's sitting at a very nice and very spacious desk. You can see his office is orderly with all sorts of different folios and books, and he welcomes you in. Motions to some chairs. I do have refreshments for mortal creatures, if you would like any.
Thank you. I'm not sure it's necessary.
Bracken will post up by the door for this one.
We understand that you were instrumental in getting us paperwork and things so that we could be here. You helped Zephyriel and Thimnick.
I am a bridge. Nothing terribly more. I know the important legal informations for Veil de Umbra and Veil de Mortalis and utilize them for the work of the Morgenstern. Your liaison, Imnik, is going to be the person who will be able to assist in your predicament. Word is, however, that he is on vacation.
That doesn't work for us. Before we get any further, my name is Avi. Just so that we have introductions formally handled.
Adavarian Dark Queen.
My name is Z. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Darkquill.
Cecil Darkholm. A pleasure. Thank you for your previous help.
I kind of wait a minute for Bracken to say something and realize he probably won't.
I'm kind of keeping my ear out to the door more than anything, but I'll kind of look back and give a nod.
Now, we've been away ourselves and returned to find out that things are not the way that they should be with our papers. We need that fixed. And if you helped us the first time, I see no reason why you should not be able to help us this time.
Well, my help last time is all that I'm offering this time. Getting you a contact that should be able to handle your paperwork. In the form of Mr. Thimnick.
I understand. But as you just said, Thimnick is on vacation. Is there anyone else that we can speak to?
There are, of course, people, but such goings about behind liaisons that are already on the job, so to say, is against the rules of the Morgenstern. Bending them is frowned upon. However, I can, of course, take your matters of concern and pass along a message through the office mails to Mr. Thimnick.
Mr. Mr. Darkwell, how long has Thimnick been on vacation, so to say?
Long enough. It's been more than a few days, but I'm not what one would call friends with Thimnick. We are
But even
business
even as work-
colleagues.
But even as workplace acquaintances, would you at least have some form of communication that would give a baseline as to when his return will be?
If I asked through the office mail system, sure, he may respond to me in such a time. But it is not something that I am necessary to know. It does not affect my business duties of when he will return. However, as I said, I am willing to pass along a message through this arm. Or you are welcome to send a message yourself to his private estates, but
Well, any help at all that you can give us would be most helpful. We'd be most grateful for it. We understand that we called upon you a little last minute and apologize for that.
roll for me a Arcana or an Insight check here.
Mm-mm.
The, of course, easiest way is perhaps taking the offer of being able to send a message to the estate.
Mm.
But the mailing system here, you could. There are a few things with that. If you decide to have a message left, you could send an item, one that could be tracked through magical means. See where that leads you. You could follow the courier. See where he takes the deliveries.
Couldn't we just use a sending directly to him now?
If you wished. You don't know if that would work, or if he would respond. You haven't tried it yet. But those are ideas that come to you with what Ervain has spoken of.
I send a message to everybody. You know, maybe creating something of magical means that could be tracked is not a bad idea. I could easily make something.
You just need something small.
Yes. And with enough magic in it, it should be easily traceable.
Well, you can track something, no matter what it is.
As long as it's distinct, yeah.
Do I still have that? I used it to find Ron one time. I don't have it anymore.
I immediately, through the ring, just say, do not send anything of personal importance. I have back at the manor, in my trunk I do have some small items like a pocket watch or something that maybe would be of lesser importance that we could send.
I don't have that spell anymore.
Fake question. Approximately how many undead in this building are there?
Most everyone is undead.
Okay.
You are in a realm where undead are the primary population.
I just had an idea. Because of the realm that we are in, if there are any undead that could be used, or I can make out of a pile of bones or a corpse, I can make someone who could act as a mail carrier.
You could. However, the undead that you make is not a sentient undead,
Mm-hmm.
unlike the undead here.
Mm-hmm.
So it would only work off the knowledge you have.
Okay.
I wouldn't always follow the courier.
I will also remind you, you can always follow the courier. You can always make a house visit and see if there's any clues there as well.
My next question was going to be, could we maybe take a visit to the residence and take a little looky around?
Okay. If you don't mind sending him a message through your mail system, which I'm sure is efficient and wonderful, that would be a great help.
Any specifics I should put in the message, or just that you were looking for?
Just that we're looking for him.
Of course, Miss Ovi.
Thank you. And can I ask you a question?
You may ask.
Why the robes?
Because I know of your predicament.
Hmm.
And as much
Good.
as I do abide the laws, Golem gods can make interactions quite difficult where they must not be.
Well then, thank you very much.
As he finishes penning the very straightforward message. Now, is there anything else I can be of assistance for? I do have a meeting coming up.
I think
shortly.
that's all the time that we'll steal from you. Thank you again for seeing us at all.
And he will nod and make motion to the door.
I'll stand and leave.
I'll follow behind.
Follow out.
Same.
Okay. So, what do you do now?
Once we're out of earshot out on the street, I'm gonna just try and cast Send into them neck. See what happens.
Okay. What do you say?
In a bit of a pickle. Someone said you're the only help. Or you're the only one who can really help us. Where are you?
You feel the spell reach out and find its intended target, and you get no response.
Uh-oh.
Either he's really serious about his vacation, or something could be wrong.
I feel like the vacation cover-up was a little too cheap for an excuse, in my opinion. I think there's something wrong.
Do we know where he lives?
Roll for me a history or an insight check. See, Avi. It seemed Raladin knew, but did not give it to you, due to someone's perhaps earlier actions. I won't say any names, but his initials may be Bracken.
We go back to the house.
You make it there easily.
Hanzo Friel, please.
You find him easily. He's still in the same study. He's just got different books that are sprawled around him. He does not seem to be aware of anyone entering as he's reading through some of his research.
And I just stand right over him. Hey, friend.
What? Ovi!
How you doing?
I'm doing fairly well. How are you?
Well, you know, just in major trouble. Could get arrested any moment. But other than that, just great. You finding everything you need in your books?
Finding enough?
You know where Thimnick lives?
I do, yes.
Can you tell me?
Uh,
Now, please.
Hold on, Faye has to find the information.
Yeah, Faye, what's
Oh, this
that
is
info we're looking for?
Please.
Now.
Now?
God
On
damn.
hand?
I'll just reach in there and grab it if I need to.
Hold, please. Yes, of course. His
We
mana.
need it
Ma-
too sweet.
Sorry, now I've got a cat clawing in my thigh.
Get
Oh.
him, Max.
Uh,
Yeah, make grabby hands
You
with the knowledge. Mind flayers with grabby hands
you know what's better than a Lamborghini? Knowledge. Sorry.
that we don't get, apparently.
His manor house is known as the Shadowmere Crypts.
That means nothing to me, bud.
It's the same thing as going down the streets and coming to the Ravenmere Manor. It's place of abode. He's out in the more western parts of the Heart's Cordon.
You know where it is?
Not specifically. I've written letters to it.
Z is going to walk up to him. Whatever book he has in his hand, I'm just gonna kick it
Whoa, hold on.
So the books are
Whoa.
so he doesn't have a book in his hand. They're like on the table, and so like he's now like seated away from it and looking up at Avi. So
Well, you know, a book in the hand is worth two on the table, so.
I don't think that's how that saying goes.
No. Cause I would I will
Just leg on the table.
I will set my arm on the table, like
So bad.
claws out everything, looking at him very intensely with my piercing, glowing white eyes, and just say, "All right, let's be a little concise about this. No more stuttering. Information now."
See? Calm down. We're all friends here.
I've given you what I know. The Shadowmere Crypts is, from my understanding of the city, somewhere to the west. I've not been here until you all have brought me here, and any time that I've written, it's been addressed to the Shadowmere Crypts. People know where it's at. I just do not have a direct direction.
Sure.
Well, west is definitely a direction. And that's all we needed, hopefully.
It's
Thank
what you had before you so blatantly threatened me.
No, they're just being a little bit more stern. And I will step back.
Well, thanks.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Cecil's just gonna mouth sorry and kind of shrug as they walk out.
Go ahead, anyone who wants to roll for me a perception check based on hearing as you leave. Avi hears this, Z will hear this, and Cecil will hear this. There is the sound of a crystal decanter being opened, but there is no sound of any sort of alcohol being poured into a glass. So you can imagine that it's being perhaps drank straight from the decanter.
The man's hitting straight pulls back there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I went a little too full force, but oh well, you live and you learn.
Well, I'd already kind of spooked him when I walked in there, so. What's her name? Lady who owns this place.
Withal?
Yeah, that's her. I bet she would know where, like, exactly where it is. People know where it is. She's people.
She is people.
Maybe Natriana knows.
Why would Natriana know?
She was here longer than we were.
She was in the city before you guys were, from your understanding.
Yeah, but why would she know where Thin Neck lives?
Well, we know the area. We just need to know where it is, right? Is it more of a neighborhood or a specific address?
That's the manor's name, whatever the hell Zephyr said.
Maybe there's signs or something. Maybe it's a
I
big.
don't know if there are signs. Are there signs in front of Ravenmere?
There is a plaque that denotes this is Ravenmere. Yeah.
Are we just gonna go to every single house that's west of here and look for the name of the house?
Well, I mean, we could ask a guard, but maybe that's not the best idea.
I don't know about that.
Surely some either our patron or the help here would know.
You want to split up, see who gets it first?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to find Lady Iridel.
I want that dude with the hook hand.
The hash slinging slasher?
Silas.
Where he at?
Silas would be out in the gardens most likely. He is the gardener.
Remind me of the name of the place one more time.
Which one? You
The place where we're going.
okay? Yeah, that's Shadowmere crits.
Shadowmere crits. Okay.
All right, so just looking for my. All right. Yeah. For uh for the both of you, go ahead, roll for me investigation checks to find your intended targets. All right. Let's start off with uh Z, who are you looking for again?
I frustrated.
Purpose.
And Bracken, who are you looking for?
Bracken's just kind of looking. He wasn't really looking for anyone in particular. He's along with the trip. He's here for the ride. He sees everybody else looking for people.
Okay, so would you then, because we've got two people that are looking specifically for two other people, would you, Bracken, tag along with Avi or tag along with Cecil?
I think we're gonna go with Cecil on this one.
Okay. So, Z, are you tagging along with anyone, or were you looking for someone specific?
I will tag along with Avi.
Okay.
It's more like Avi kind of grabbed your arm. Kind of hooked our
Yeah.
arm. Come on, Z, you're coming with me.
Ah! Wait. Can I have my cloak back first?
Yeah, of course. I'm pull it out.
So, why don't we
Immediately snatches it and puts it on.
why don't we start with Bracken and Cecil? You are looking for Silas. Silas the Barbed. Max, can you stop? Fucking, you're barbed. He is!
That's one.
Going after me
No.
tonight.
I need a whiteboard. Everybody just
Look at you.
Go after your toy.
Okay, fine.
I wasn't talking to you that time, but okay.
Yeah,
It's not you.
Max, don't. I see you. Don't. Alright, so. Bracken, Cecil, Silas is fairly easy to find, as he is tending to the gardens outside. Mainly because the gardens are kind of dead looking. You know that the plant's to be alive, from previous conversations with Silas. But his form is not one that can easily hide, even as you see him now kind of hunched over, pulling out weeds.
Cecil's gonna see him and just shouting at him as soon as he can see him. Silas! Silas!
He'll look
Pitter
up.
patter his way up.
He'll look over, and give a sort of, grunt, using the, hook to kind of till the ground.
Shadowmere Crypts. Do you know where to find them? Or it?
Gotta get in there with my strong hand.
no.
No.
That was in my head. I can see it.
Here, take hold of my
No.
strong hand.
And
No.
germs.
Yeah, in my head. I hate it. I hate it. Right.
As Silas will, sort of, lean back onto his haunches, Yeah. I'm aware of the crypt.
How do we get there?
I'd assume you walk unless you can afford a carriage.
The directions.
You take the main street of the Cordon, you head westward. You want to go perhaps a little bit towards the north as well, but you are wanting to head as west as possible. It's not on the edges, but it is recognizable enough. It lies upon the main road.
Okay, what does it look like? Are there any landmarks?
There is a plaque that announces it as Shadowmere Crypts.
That's great. Thank you. And I run away.
Um,
Come on, Bracken, we have to find Avi. We won.
I will say for
Bracken sprints. He takes off.
I will say for the purposes of a competition, that it took about maybe 5 minutes to find Silas since heading off. For Avi and Z.
I'm just screaming over the ring.
Yeah. Avi and Z, with your roles and who you're looking for, you are able to find the Lady Irwithel. She's in her personal library. By the time that you find her, and she'll turn to look at you. Was there something that you needed?
Yes, Lady Irwithel, sorry for the intrusion. We're looking for someone's manor. Specifically Shadowmere Crypts.
A name that I have.
Do you know where it is?
It is a name I have heard before. I'm not familiar with the directions, but there's a map around here somewhere, I'm sure. And as she will stand and begin to look for a map, can I get perception checks based on hearing? Twinsies, look at that. There is some sort of racket that you can hear coming from downstairs. You don't know what it is, but it does sound like someone hollering.
No respect. My goodness.
I hope that's not for us.
It's probably Lorcan and Kedrid.
Cecil's like running into suits of armor and stuff.
Yeah. Lorcan comes running out to see what it. Lorcan comes out trying to see what the hubbub's all about. But Irwithel is able to provide for you a map. And it does go over. You can see the different manor houses are named upon this map. And you find the Shadowmere Crypts off in the west, along the main road.
Thank you so much. Great.
As you exit out of the personal library, you can hear the hollering is Cecil's voice calling for you, Avi.
Oh, can we find like a place to sit and just kind of wait for this mess to come find us?
Sure. I will say for the purposes of the race, it took about 7 minutes for you to find Irwithel.
Oh, Oh, that's fine. They don't need to know that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say roll for me a performance check to find a spot where you can make it look like you've been sitting there for a bit of time.
26.
21.
Great. You see Bracken first, just a mess of speed,
Hoofing it.
and then shortly behind, it's Cecil, who's like again, full like skid drifting around the corners.
Cecil said we won.
Give a yawn.
Cecil said we
Give a
won.
yawn.
We got the
Give a
info.
yawn.
I ate water.
I've got a map.
You have a map?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not even. Did we get a map? Maps don't
No.
count.
we got go as west as you can and then a little north at some point.
Well, I feel like with a map, and I'll just dangle it, I feel like with a map, it's an automatic win, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
And I just like begin to unfurl it, and it's like, oh yes, Shadowmere Crypts right here.
did you know there's a plaque in front of the door
Yeah.
that on your little map?
Well, no, but it's very clearly labeled here on the map,
Let me see that.
showing exactly the way
Bracken
it
will
will
loosely
go.
grasp for the map, but like not even get close.
Can
And
I
he's
can
just
I
gonna reach down and grab a water skin.
can I track Silas's directions back like between the 2 points to see how he did?
Yeah, it's a fairly layman's directional, conveyance, but it's accurate.
Yeah, we won.
I don't think so.
We're the winners.
Yeah, we
Oh.
came to find you to tell you that we won. You didn't come to
And
find us.
we've been sitting here for a while just waiting on y'all to get done.
We have.
Insight check.
We have.
What do you want, a deception?
I want whatever's
Uh,
appropriate.
I'm going to say this is going off of your performance, so the performance is already in place, so it's the insight.
26.
20. Oh, why'd I even roll? 18.
I mean, you could have gotten past Z's. But, an 18, it's a little hard. You're trying to find something, but the presentations that have been placed in front of you are well crafted. Either
People's eyes
it's
are narrow.
either they are genuine, they have been waiting here, or they say it's really, really well crafted, and it's really hard for you to tell in this moment, Cecil.
Cecil will fold and narrow his eyes and be like, "All right, I'm ready to go, but I gotta clean something up and apologize to a couple of people.
You need help.
Don't want you to see it."
Well, now I have to see it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Avi, let's go. Let's check this
Absolutely.
out, shall we?
Cecil's gonna run off and try and clean everything up before they can possibly get there, but his legs aren't very long and it's a
Our
big mess.
legs are long.
Yeah.
And isn't he wearing armor? So he's just like
Really strong though.
clink.
The short kings will win again.
I can just imagine just clink, 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 clink.
He's really strong. It's fine.
Percival is already in the process of setting things back where they need to be, and
Oh my God.
has enlisted the help of Miss Matilda and the other staff members that are under her.
Did they see me?
Do you want to roll a stealth check to get by without being spotted?
Well, when I see them, I want to like grind to a halt.
Okay, so you freeze.
I want to try and duck back behind a corner.
Stealth check.
A natural one.
They definitely have spotted you just as you're going to move, and like you crash into another thing. One of the things that you had spilled over that have not gotten lifted up yet.
He's gonna back away with his hands out, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Leave it. I'll get it later.
What have you done?
Oh, a mess.
I did a
How
mess.
After
undignified.
everything that these people have done for us, letting us live under this roof.
I said I was sorry and I came to clean it up. They're just so fast and efficient.
Ugh, undignified.
It was an accident.
You don't have to be hiding out there, dearie. Miss Matilda will call out.
I'll start cleaning up the most recent thing that I knocked over.
I'll help.
As you are able to set things right before making your way towards the Shadowmere crypt, this is where we are going to take our next ad break. So hang around with us. We'll be back to continue our story, but before we head out, I do ask that you let the ads run. They're important to us. They help keep our games affordable. If you want to directly support us, you can always do so through my Ko-fi. Link for that is on screen, as well as in our chat room. These donations not just support us at Wildewitch RP, they unlock awesome perks for the entire community, perks that benefit everyone who play with us for the next month, including special companions, double treasure, double XP, new quests, all sorts of fun things. So, stick around. We will be right back. All right, we're back, and we return because you guys are going to be heading out onto the streets once again. Do you do any preparations?
I'm gonna wear my cool cloak that this guy got me.
Okay.
And of course, they switched back to the one that I was wearing.
Folded very nicely in the bag of holding.
Yeah, you see Z kind of like smooths it out, even though it was nicely folded. They just like smooth it out and then put it on. And like for a moment, you kind of see them like almost like how do I? They sort of do like the self hug to themselves a little bit. And I'd say that's pretty much it. Aside from, like, maybe a muttering, but nothing major aside from just that.
Cecil will keep his cloak up and tight.
Okay. Then, I'm going to ask for Z to roll for me a stealth check, returning to your previous cloak.
Crap.
As your troop is moving through the streets, Z, it looks like you have caught the eye of one of the patrolling Gloom Guards. They are walking on their way over with purpose, but they have not yet reached you. Do you do anything?
I try to look around to see if there's like a nearby crowd or shop that I could slip into.
Roll for me a perception check, please. It's not a crowd per se, but there is a bit of a gathering that is happening not too far from you. a good handful of people.
Okay. I will begin to act like I don't see the guards coming towards me. I will walk into the crowd. I will try to I will look at someone and I will try to shape change.
Great, roll for me a D100, please. Okay. Your companions are still where they once were, but as you were standing amongst this crowd, you feel where your form sort of shifts. You don't know how well it worked, but as you see the guards sort of follow in your your steps, they are looking around as if they are unable to find who they are looking for.
Ooh.
As
Okay.
you make your way back towards the others, Avi, Bracken, Cecil, you see this person you've never seen before walk up to you. Though there is a very discernible black streak in their hair.
Who the hell are you?
You did it.
I did it? Wait. Under pressure, it actually worked. Oh my god. Okay. And you kind of see them begin to like shake their hands in excitement a little bit. Wait. It actually worked. It actually worked.
I told you it would.
Wait. I think I'm in the wrong profession. That's all I have to say.
I'm really proud of you, Z.
Thanks. I'm glad I finally am able to use myself to a better... I'm able... Thanks.
Hey, if you feel like you need more practice, my offer still stands.
Thank you. I do have to say that sense of pressure, it made it a lot easier. Felt like it was kind of on the line. It's weird how someone's brain can do that.
Mine's
You
weird.
see them. You see them kind of go into their thinking phase, very visibly studying, sort of adding a mental note in their head that it requires further study as to why they are able to perform better under pressure.
I know that Avi had said brains are weird, but it came up as Brian's weird. And all I'm
Well,
thinking,
yeah.
all I'm thinking of is the animated Igor movie with with
Oh,
Yes!
right.
Brian.
Brian!
Stupid permanent marker.
Oh, I love that movie.
So, you're able to move beyond this little hiccup, and make it to the Shadowmere Crypts. And it's very similar to Ravenmere. It lacks the same sort of graceful blend of elven architecture, but it is imposing and regal and very expensive. You see the tall iron fence that surrounds the huge complex. Mostly, it seems, mausoleums that some rise up into dramatic facades. Others, you can see the stairwells descending into catacombs. And at the gate, at the tall iron fence, you see there are these two gargoyles that seem to act as perhaps guardians. And another figure you can see is tending to the grounds, this ogre figure.
We're supposed to be here. Yeah?
By the looks of it, this is it.
Just gonna act like we're supposed to be here. And I'll open the gate and start moving towards the house.
As soon as you open the gate, the two gargoyles seem to come to life.
No. Can I ask me riddles?
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah. Oh, great.
As soon as they sort of start coming to life, roll for me in insight checks. Why not?
Oh,
God damn
Bracken
it,
will
Cecil.
take a quick stance, like he's ready
Ow.
to deck something, but kind of calm down.
Bracken, as soon as you like make that stance, the gargoyles stand a little wider, as if they're ready to fight. Avi, with your 14, they don't seem to have the highest level of perhaps sentience. They are probably enchanted guards, who are best at following orders rather than anything else.
Sure.
But you would notice that the ogre seems to have had his attention drawn, and he's now sort of lurching and lumbering over.
Oh, lovely.
State business.
Of course, we're here. Oh, do you want to go?
No, you go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
I've been talking a lot.
No,
do you
it's
want
cool.
to turn?
No, it's cool. Go for it.
Okay. Okay. We're here to visit with them, Nick.
Master not here. Master on vacation.
Where?
Don't know.
You don't know.
Umbergaunt takes care of the ground here. Umbergaunt does not know of other grounds.
And I just kind of glancing around the grounds. Do they look like well kept? And
Give me a nature check.
16.
Silas's does more aesthetic work, but the grounds here are thriving for what can be considered thriving in Vale de Umbra.
I'll look back to our friend. Well, you sure do a great job with the grounds.
Thank you.
Well, it's a real shame that he's not here. really needed to talk to him. Kind of looks sad.
Umbergaunt just waits when needing to talk to Master.
Do you think that there's any way we could take a look around? Make sure everything's alright over here before we head off?
Why?
And I'll tell you a secret.
Why?
Well, because that's what friends do. Friends tell each other secrets.
Umbergaunt doesn't have friends.
Well, now you do. You got 4.
Cecil
Okay.
raises an eyebrow.
I tried to talk to Thimnick just a little while ago through magic. And the message got to him, but he didn't answer me. So I'm just a little worried about him.
You... As you're talking, can I get perception checks from the other 3? Cecil, you would notice something. From the main house, a figure has stepped out of the door. You see a tall, muscular half-orc woman in clean pressed clothes. Watching your group intently.
I'll just ask the gargoyle, hey, who's that?
The gargoyle doesn't respond, but Umbergaunt will turn. That's Miss Gravetta.
Oh, my bad. Alright, can we talk to her?
You could talk, but she doesn't do conversations with Umbergaunt. She just tells Umbergaunt what to do.
Alright, well, we'll have a conversation with her. Thank you for your help.
She might just tell you what to do.
We're gonna take our chances.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
You keep doing a great job on these grounds. Because it's just really something.
Okay.
I think he's just gonna keep continuing to say okay.
Okay.
Is he gonna cry?
I hope not. Are you gonna
I
cry?
hope so. It'd be funny.
Whoa.
Well,
It's a side of Z we've never seen before.
I mean, only cry if I've got a reason to.
Okay.
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 Cecil's backing away slowly.
We'll catch you on the way out.
Okay.
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 I want to be the last one to turn around, and I just want to watch him as we walk away.
He's just standing there. And he's just like, he's got his like little gardener's tools in hand.
Oh, I love him.
I'll turn around, but I'll keep looking over my shoulder to see if he's doing anything.
He'll like pat the shoulders of the gargoyles as they start to turn back to a more dormant state, and then he'll just tend to the gardens as he was before.
What a
Alright.
great guy.
He goes back to his thing. I'm not worried about him anymore.
Okay.
I'm just flagging down this orc lady now.
As soon as you've moved away from Umbergaunt, this woman is like very direct. It's almost like a militaristic walk towards you.
Oh,
Back straight with purpose, shoulders very broad. Everything as she gets closer is in place and immaculate on her. Her tusks, you see no sign of them. They seem to have been filed down. Her eyes are this crimson. They are sharp. The pressed uniform is very crisp. You see there are a few orcish motifs, but it is all very aristocratic. Unfortunately, the master of the estate is gone on vacation. If you are here for a visit, you will have to return. If you are here to deliver a message, you may leave it in my care until he has returned.
Do you know when he's expected back?
I've been made aware of when he is expected back, yes.
We have extremely urgent business.
Well, I can call upon you as soon as he returns.
Maybe we could catch him halfway.
I would not be sending you to meet with my master upon business while he has requested a vacation away from business. When he is ready to return, and he will return, as that I've been made aware, I can call upon you.
Do you have a reliable way to reach him? We tried unsuccessfully already.
If I need to get in contact, I have ways that I can do so. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
sorry.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, you did that on purpose.
I'm gonna cry.
then I guess your master's gonna miss out on this surprise. It's time sensitive.
Abby's trying very hard not to make her face weird.
Yeah, Bracken heard that and he's turned away from the group. He's walked like 5 steps out and he just put his hand on his hips and he's like laughing. He's like quietly trying to keep it a laugh. That was completely caught Bracken off guard.
Can anyone roll for me a perception check, please?
Could I also get an insight check on this lady, see if she's lying?
Yeah, roll for it.
We should have brought a giant check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Damn, Bracken. Avi, there seems to be no hint of outright lies. There is, of course, keeping information close to the chest.
Sure.
But no lies. And it is Avi and Z with your perceptions that would notice. During the conversations with you, one hand is at her thigh, and you can see that there is a device that she's using that seems to be like keys on a for a typewriter, but only for a single hand. And every time there is conversation, her hand is moving. Spotting this, you are welcome to roll for me an insight check.
Are Oh my.
Avi, it could be some sort of notation device, but you have no idea.
Hmm. Can I ask, um, does Thimnick usually good at replying to messages when he's away from work?
If the matter is of a urgent concern to the master of the...
Hmm. Alright.
Now, is there a message you would like for me to pass along to the master, or is your business here concluded for this day?
Did we leave a message?
My assumption is we probably have a few days' time before they really are looking for us.
They've already searched our staying place at least once.
Exactly.
I don't think we have much time.
They know where we live. We either need to find a safer place to stay, or we go looking for him.
I will say, you would notice this, besides what, Z and Avi noticed of the device, being utilized, Avi, this half-orc woman is watching you almost as closely as you are kind of watching her. There is a hint of suspicion in her eyes as she looks over your group.
How long have you worked for Thimnick?
Long enough.
I don't ask to be rude. Our situation is delicate and urgent. And if you could just let him know that we were here for, just looking for.
I will say with your passive insight check, she seems a little bit more suspicious because of that. The fact that you are here asking for him and that you're wanting him to know. There might be a situation going on regarding Thimnick that she is aware of.
Listen, it's just that, he helped us a lot getting our paperwork and things, so we're good when we're here, and something's gone wrong.
Roll for me a persuasion check.
But it's the truth. 15.
15. Okay.
If I may interrupt, can I do Flash of Genius and add +3?
Sure. Making that an 18. You see not all of the edges soften. But some of the suspicion leave. As long as you are not any of those who were displeased by whatever bargain was soured between my master and their group, I will allow you to leave your message. And it will get to him as soon as it is available.
Very much appreciate that. And I'll write him, quick note. Paperwork's weird. Really need help. Soon as possible.
Okay.
And I'll hand it over to her.
She'll take it. As she takes it, she pulls open a portion of the uniform she has. You can see inside the vest there is a book, a ledger, and roll me a quick perception check to see if you can catch a glimpse of what's in there. It's just a book, see? Avi, you would notice it almost looks like typewriting in the book. And you see it's shorthand, so you can't quite make out all the words. But you do see what looks to be descriptions. And from what you can make out, it is descriptions of yourselves.
Very cool.
So as she places the note in there, you are aware that she keeps a ledger. Roll for me an insight check, Avi. Well, you know that she keeps a ledger. Avi, you can share that information with the others when you get to a safer place, and maybe they might have ideas, but...
I need to apologize for the intrusion.
As long as you have not disrupted the efforts of Umbergaunt or the guards, there is no foul.
Okay.
And she gives a nod of her head and will step back off to perhaps her own duties. Does Avi share the fact of the notes?
Oh yeah, if she's out of earshot, off on her own, I'll let everybody know.
Great. If Bracken, Cecil, and Z would like to make insight checks here.
Yeah.
So Cecil, Z, Bracken. She seems to be keeping very thorough notes. And perhaps those notes include notes about Thimnick. You could get your hands on them. You might get the answers you're looking for. But we'll see what you guys do with that information and those ideas and thoughts in our next session. So, thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. I'll see you all in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildewitch.com, check us out there, join us in our Discord to jump into a game yourself, and as always, may you have a burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.